What if I told you that when someone asks Siri or Alexa a question, there's usually only one winner, one single spoken answer? Unlike a normal Google search with a page full of links, voice search is a winner-take-all game. The biggest brands know this, and they're using a secret playbook to make sure their name is the one that gets spoken out loud. They seem to rank number one practically overnight, but it's not magic. It's a strategy. And in this video, I'm exposing their entire playbook, from content tricks to the behind-the-scenes tools they use to dominate the airwaves. Let's start with the first secret they really don't want you to know. Section 1, the why, the winner-take-all world of voice search. Before we get into the playbook, you need to grasp why this is such a massive shift in marketing. For the last 20 years, the whole game of SEO was just getting on the first page. As long as you were one of the 10 blue links, you had a shot. You were in the game. Voice search completely torches those rules. When someone asks their smart speaker a question, they don't get a list of options. They get one answer, just one. That means if you aren't in that top spot, what we call position 0, you're totally invisible. You get zero attention. Second place is the new last place. This creates an insane high-stakes environment where being number one isn't a vanity metric, it's the only thing that matters. And this isn't some far-off trend, it's happening right now. Over 1 billion voice searches happen every single month. As of this year, about 1 in 5 people worldwide are using voice search. While early predictions of 75% smart speaker ownership by 2025 were a bit wild, more realistic estimates still project massive growth, with about 35–40% of US households expected to own a device by then. This tech is weaving itself into our daily lives. People are using it to find local businesses, research products, and make dinner reservations. In fact, studies show around 58% of people have used voice search to find information on a local business. Think about the last time you were driving and needed coffee. Did you pull over to type, or did you just say, "Hey Siri, find coffee shops near me"? That's the new normal. These searches are conversational, they're immediate, and they're overwhelmingly local. The multi-million-dollar brands get this winner-take-all dynamic. They aren't just crossing their fingers and hoping to rank, they are reverse engineering the algorithm to make sure they are the only answer. They've figured out that capturing this single audible top spot is like having a direct hotline to millions of customers. So, how are they doing it? How do they rig the game to pop up at the top of these results? It all comes down to a few very specific, repeatable tactics. It's a playbook. And today, we're cracking it wide open, starting with the most important secret of them all. Section 2, secret number 1, the 29-word answer, your golden ticket to the featured snippet. The first, and I mean the most important secret to owning voice search is a little thing called the featured snippet. You've definitely seen them, even if you don't know the name. It's that special box that shows up at the very top of Google, position 0, giving you a quick, direct answer. Why does this box matter so much? Because a huge chunk of voice search answers are ripped directly from it. Some studies say it's around 40%. Let me say that again. When Alexa or Google Assistant speaks an answer, it is often just reading from that little box. So if you want your brand spoken out loud, you don't just need to rank number one, you need to own the featured snippet. It's the holy grail of voice SEO. So how do the big brands snag these spots so consistently? They've cracked the code. It's what I call the 29-word answer. Now, is it always exactly 29 words? No, but research has consistently shown that the sweet spot is incredibly short and direct. The average voice search result is around 29 words, though it can range from 23 for local questions to about 41 for more general ones. This isn't an accident. Search engines want the most efficient, easy-to-understand answer to read aloud, something that sounds natural. Big brands have entire teams doing snippet optimization. Here's how they do it. First, they audit their content. They don't just write new stuff. They go back through their best performing articles and hunt for opportunities to slip in these perfect snippet-ready answers. They think about every question someone might speak about their industry. For example, a skincare brand has a huge article on hyaluronic acid. Old school SEO would target hyaluronic acid benefits. But the voice SEO team thinks differently. They ask, what would a real person say? They'll brainstorm questions like, what does hyaluronic acid actually do? Is hyaluronic acid good for wrinkles? How fast does hyaluronic acid work? Then, right under a new subheading for that question, they'll write a perfect bite-sized answer. It's like a mini FAQ inside the article. For what does hyaluronic acid actually do? They might write, hyaluronic acid is a powerful humectant that draws moisture into the skin, which helps to hydrate and plump its appearance. This can reduce the look of fine lines and give your skin a smooth, dewy glow. See the structure? It's a direct answer. It uses simple language, and it's short enough to be read by a voice assistant without boring you to tears. It's engineered to be the perfect soundbite for Google's algorithm. They do this across their whole site, product pages, blog posts, you name it. They stop just describing what a product is and start answering what a customer wants to know. Here's your action plan. Go into your Google Analytics and Search Console. Find your top pages. Now brainstorm all the spoken questions someone might have about that topic. Add a subheading for each question and, right below it, write a perfect, concise, 29-ish word answer. You don't have to rewrite your site overnight. Just start dropping these little answer bombs into your existing content. You're basically holding up a giant sign for Google that says, "Psst, over here. Here's the perfect answer to read out loud." Section 3. Secret number 2. The FAQ Goldmine. How to systematically own every question. Okay, you get the power of the 29-word answer. Now, how do you scale it? Big brands don't just pepper in a few answers. They build an entire ecosystem designed to answer every possible question, their secret weapon, the humble FAQ page. But this isn't the sad, neglected FAQ page from 1999. For top brands, the FAQ page is a strategic goldmine. It's a central hub built specifically to capture hundreds of long-tail, question-based voice searches. It works because the format is exactly what search engines want. A clear question followed by a short, clear answer. Here's the playbook for turning a simple FAQ page into a voice search monster. It all starts with research. They don't guess what customers are asking. They use powerful tools to find the exact words people are speaking into their phones. One of their favorites is Answer the Public. You type in a keyword and it spits out a huge visual map of all the questions people are asking, broken down by who, what, where, why, and how. Let's say you're a local coffee shop. Instead of just targeting best coffee in my city, you'd go to Answer the Public, type in coffee, and get hundreds of ideas like, how do you make cold brew coffee at home? What's the difference between a latte and a cappuccino? Where can I buy organic coffee beans? They also dig through tools like Also Asked and Google's own People Also Ask section to build a massive list of questions. Once they have this list, they build a dedicated FAQ section, but they organize it intelligently. They group questions by topic, our beans, brewing methods, etc. This makes it easy for users and helps them target whole categories of keywords. And for every single question, they apply the 29-word answer rule. Each answer is perfectly crafted, but here's the clever part. They use something called FAQ page schema markup. Think of schema as a secret language you speak directly to search engines. It's code you add to your page that basically says, hey Google, just so you know, this is an FAQ page. Here are the questions, and here are the answers. It makes your content as easy for Google to understand as a children's book. Now, a quick reality check. Google changed how it displays these FAQs in search results, so you won't always get those cool drop-downs under your link anymore. But implementing the schema is still a powerful signal. You are explicitly telling Google that your page is structured to answer questions, which is the core of voice search. It's a behind-the-scenes trick that most small businesses ignore, but it's a huge clue to Google that you're an authority. This combo of deep research, perfect answers, and technical schema creates a flywheel. The more questions they answer, the more voice queries they rank for. The more they rank, the more Google trusts them, making it even easier to rank for the next question. It's how they systematically take over the entire conversation. Mid-roll CTA. Hey, if you're finding these secrets valuable and your mind is just a little bit blown, do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel and tells YouTube we're delivering the goods. Thanks a bunch. Now let's get back to the playbook. Section 4. Secret number 3. The conversational keyword flip. Speaking your customer's language. The third secret is a complete mind shift in how you think about keywords. For years, SEO was about short, choppy keywords people type. Best pizza Lauderhill. Nobody actually talks like that. When people use voice search, they speak in full, natural sentences. Instead of weather Paris, they ask, what's the weather like in Paris today? Instead of plumber NYC, they ask, hey Google, who's the best plumber near me that's open right now? This jump from clunky keywords to long conversational questions is what I call the conversational keyword flip. Big brands have mastered this. They've retooled their whole content strategy to mirror how real people talk, moving away from robotic keywords and towards natural human language. Here's how they do it. They expand their keyword research to focus on question words: who, what, where, when, why, and how. These are the building blocks of nearly every voice search. They're not just looking for running shoes, they're looking for what are the best running shoes for flat feet? Or how do I choose the right running shoes for a marathon? It sounds like a small change, but it's everything. When your content directly matches the full question, your chance of being the chosen answer skyrockets. So, how do they weave these phrases into their content without sounding like a broken robot? 1. Headings and subheadings. The most direct way is using the full question as a heading, an H2 or H3 tag. Just like we talked about earlier, they structure their articles as a series of questions and answers. It makes the content scannable for humans and crystal clear for Google. 2. Body content integration. They also sprinkle these phrases naturally into their paragraphs. A blog post about home security might say, a lot of homeowners ask, what is the best place to install a security camera? And the answer usually depends on your property's layout. It targets the query without messing up the flow. 3. Internal linking. This is a pro move. When linking between pages on their site, they sometimes use the full question as the link text. So instead of a link that says our services, it might say, find out why we are the best plumbers near you. This tells Google exactly what that other page is relevant for. 4. Local conversational queries. This is vital for any business with a physical location. Voice searches are incredibly local. People are always asking, where's an Italian restaurant that's open now? Or are there any bookstores near me? Brands optimize for this by using near me phrases right in their content. Their page won't just say they're in Miami, it will explicitly answer the question, where can I find your service near me? By embracing this keyword flip, they're aligning their website's language with their customers' spoken language. You're no longer just optimizing for a search engine, you're optimizing for a searcher, you're having a conversation, and the algorithm rewards you for it. Section 5, Secret Number 4, the Speakable Schema Advantage. Telling Google exactly what to say. All right, we've covered content. Now we're getting into a purely technical secret that gives brands a huge, almost unfair advantage. This is the stuff most competitors have never even heard of. It's called speakable schema. We mentioned schema before with FAQs, but speakable schema is different. It's a specific bit of code you add to your site to tell a voice assistant like Google Assistant exactly which part of your text is perfect for being read aloud. Think about it. Instead of letting Google guess which sentence is the best summary, you're literally pointing to a section and saying, this part, read this part out loud. You're basically handing the voice assistant a script. It's an incredibly powerful way to control your message. Now, full disclosure, this feature is still officially in beta and primarily supported for news content, but the most forward-thinking brands are already experimenting with it to get way ahead of the curve. They know where search is going. Here's the playbook for using the speakable schema advantage. First, you identify the right content. You don't mark up your whole article. That's like asking the assistant to read a novel when someone just wanted the summary. You highlight the absolute key takeaways. Best practice is to mark up a section that's about 20-30 seconds long when read aloud, usually 2 or 3 punchy sentences. This could be the main point of a blog post, a crisp definition of a complex term, a summary of your company's mission statement. The content has to make sense on its own without any pictures or charts. Click here for more is useless, but our award-winning software saves businesses an average of 20 hours per week on admin tasks is perfect. Second, you implement the code. This is the techie part, usually done with JSON LD. You specify the speakable property and then use CSS selectors to pinpoint the exact sentences on your page. This is where big brands have an edge with their dev teams. But for smaller businesses, SEO plugins for WordPress and other platforms are starting to make this easier. And speakable schema doesn't work alone. Big brands use a whole suite of other schema types to build a voice search fortress. Local business. Schema. A must-have for any local business. It tells search engines your address, hours, and phone number. When someone asks, is your business open now? This schema gives the direct answer. How to schema. Perfect for instructional content. It breaks down a process like how to bake a cake into steps that a voice assistant can read out one by one. Product schema. For e-commerce, this gives the price, availability, and reviews. This is crucial for the rise of voice shopping. By layering all this schema, brands create a rich, machine-readable version of their website. They aren't hoping the algorithm figures it out. They are spoon-feeding it the exact information to answer any question. It's the invisible foundation that makes their success look so effortless. Section 6. The behind-the-scenes toolbox. The secret weapons of voice SEO. So far, we've covered strategy, But to actually pull this off and get those overnight results, you need the right tools. Big brands work smarter, not just harder, using a stack of software to automate research, speed up optimization, and track everything. This is their secret toolbox. Let's break down the key tools they use and how they use them. Tool number one, question-based keyword research tools. Like we said, finding the right questions is the foundation. The go-to tools here are Answer the Public and Also Asked. The workflow. The content team starts with a broad keyword. They plug it into Answer the Public to get a giant map of questions. They export this list and sort it into content themes, how-to questions for tutorials, what is questions for the FAQ page. They use Also Ask to see how questions relate, helping them structure articles that logically flow from one query to the next. Tool number two, all-in-one SEO platforms. For deep analysis and tracking, they rely on enterprise tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Moz. The workflow. They use these for voice-specific tasks. First, competitor analysis. They can see exactly which featured snippets their rivals own, identifying snippet jacking opportunities where they can create a better answer and steal the spot. Second, they track their rankings for long-tail conversational keywords to see progress in real time. Finally, they find pages that are already ranking high but don't have the featured snippet. These are striking distance pages and become their top priority. Tool number three, local SEO tracking tools. Since so many voice searches have local intent, brands with physical locations use specialized tools like Bright Local or Local Falcon. The workflow, these tools show them how they rank for near me searches from different spots in a city. Local Falcon creates a map showing their Google Business Profile ranking from dozens of microlocations. A national chain can see if their downtown store is visible to users in the suburbs. If they find a weak spot, they know to beef up that location's Google profile with more reviews, photos, and local posts. Tool number four, the free powerhouse, Google Search Console. You don't always need pricey tools. One of the most powerful resources is completely free, Google Search Console. The workflow. Brands filter their performance report to include question words like what, how, and where. This instantly reveals all the voice style queries they're already getting seen for. They then hunt for queries with high impressions but a low click-through rate. This is a gold mine. It means people see their site for that question, but they aren't winning the click or the snippet. These become immediate targets for the 29-word answer strategy. By combining these tools, they turn a confusing process into a data-driven science. It's how they move so fast and make it all look so easy. Conclusion, your turn to dominate the airwaves. So there you have it. The secret playbook that multi-million-dollar brands use to dominate voice search isn't a secret anymore. It's about understanding that voice search is a winner-take-all game. It's about engineering the perfect 29-word answer to snatch the featured snippet. It's about building an FAQ goldmine with schema to systematically answer every question. It's about making the conversational keyword flip to speak your customer's language. And it's about using the technical edge of schema like speakable schema to tell Google what to say. This isn't magic. It's a clear, repeatable strategy powered by a smart set of tools. The future of search isn't about being on the first page. It's about being the only answer. The future is audible. Now you have the exact framework. The only question is, what are you going to do with it? Let me know in the comments. Which of these secrets are you going to try on your website first? I'd love to hear your game plan, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.